How's it going, everyone? So we got the elections live coverage starting at 4 o'clock here in New Zealand today. The US elections going to be interesting. How I'm not going to talk about it because no matter what you say, you're going to be wrong. Someone's going to hate you for it. You're not being right. So I'll keep my opinions to myself until after the elections, and then I'll say some shit. Who cares? Anyway, tonight I'm going to rotisserie a leg of lamb. So I'm going to bone this out, get it boned out, add some garlic and stuff in it, tie it up with some string, and get it on the rotisserie over some coals. Sweet as, it's going. Yo. Don't have to do anything to it. Do want to take the shank off. Which I'm also going to bone out. And then put back inside the lamb when I tie it up. Right, just going to find this joint. Right, the shank off, nice and easy. Maybe you guys can actually see. Let's bring this down a little bit. See what I'm doing. There you go. Right, now we get this bone out of it, which I haven't done before. But hey, how hard can it be, right? Just follow the bone around. There's the bone here. Bone, bone, bone. So if I just come straight down, let's get a bigger knife. Right. Much better. It's a little bit hard. I suppose you just follow the bone around, right? Who knows? The bone. Come back to you. Right, got the bone out. Just gonna add some salt on the inside. Cracked pepper. Didn't manage to get myself freaking beauty on the thumb with the knife. Should have been wearing my safety glove, but you know, don't think about that shit till it's too late. It's all good. It's only a little. Right, let's get it rolled up. Beauty. String on it. Right. Now on toast real good. Whole bunch different ways. Too strong. String's too weak. Right, more just on edges here. It's all bloody nice. Sharper than I thought it was. I haven't even sharpened it since I brought it. One more. Just on the end here. Right. Now, I'm going to put it in. Beautiful. I'm going to get some olive oil. Put some rub on this. Smash it with some salt. Hip hop. Beautiful. Now, some rub. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Help protect the meat, add some flavour. Get the ends. Beautiful. Right. Now I'm just gonna wrap that, chuck it in the fridge for another hour, maybe hour and a half, and get it cooking about, chuck it on about 4 o'clock. Yeah, about 4 o'clock, so it's ready for dinner at 6. So once I got it on the rotisserie, I'll come back to you guys and we'll have a look at that. Awesome. Right, let's get this deboned leg of lamb onto the rotisserie over the charcoals. Beautiful. It's been sitting in the fridge for, oh, Jesus, 2 hours now. Ooh, smells delicious. Oh my God, it smells good. So I've got this all set up, the right length. Just going to chuck it straight through the middle like so.
Across this country in the weeks preceding the election, that perhaps this is what we're seeing unfolding in Ohio tonight, because the exit poll tells a different story. A lot of the issues that Joe Biden sort of laid out, he said, you know, we got to take care of the virus first, the economy will come with it second. The Ohio exit poll showed that they believe fix the economy, open the country first before the coronavirus. They prefer Trump to Biden handling the economy. They prefer Trump to Biden handling the pandemic. So given what we're seeing in the exit polls, and again, one of the other trends that we're also seeing is Donald Trump is not underwater with approval in Ohio. It's one of his strongest showings tonight in the preliminary exit polls so far. So this would show a good night for President Trump in Ohio. I do wonder if to get out the vote and the early voting campaign by Biden camp, the push for a vote is actually helping there significantly tonight.
A lot of vote yet to come in the state of Ohio, 51-47.
Right, let's take it out to the fire. Right.
Ohio, then that all of a sudden
Beautiful. Put the elections in the background. Still way too far off to know what's possibly going to happen. Anyway, got the charcoals going. Get that in there like so. Get this fixed. Right. Right, just in there. Get it switched on. Right, here I've got some manuka sawdust that I've wet. Now I'm going to chuck this in the middle here, not directly on the coals. Just chuck it in the middle. Just in the middle of the 2 piles of coals I've got. And that can slowly smoke and give this a bit more flavour. Whew! Ads. Oh Lord, not ads. Let's come back.
Over Joe Biden. I want to go to Senator Rick Scott, Republican of Florida. You think this one is over in Florida?
Well, I predicted all along that Donald Trump was going to win Florida. He's right on the issues, and he's done an unbelievable job with his Hispanic vote. You can look at those Miami-Dade numbers and see how this state completely changed. This race completely changed when, Donald Trump put all that effort into dealing with the Castro regime, the Maduro regime, and it paid off with the Hispanic vote in our state. I won the Hispanic vote, and it's looking to end it. Feeling like Trump did a really great job with the Hispanic vote.
Well, he was able to pull away, but even more than you did in 2018, correct so far?
Oh, absolutely. I've had very close races. So, but look, in Florida, we don't like high taxes, and Joe Biden's talking about the biggest tax increase in the history of the country. That doesn't go well. We like our law enforcement. We're at a 49-year low average crime rate. The Democrats' defunding the police didn't help Joe Biden. The economy is really important to Floridians, and Donald Trump is in a better position on that. And again, just doing what Donald Trump has done against the Castro regime and Maduro is just the
Right. Let's come back to the elections later. Long way to go. Still early. So, I'm just gonna kick back, have a seat right there. Right there. And I'm going to watch this lamb go around in circles for the next couple hours. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. So good. So here we go. We're an hour in now. This meat is starting to look absolutely beautiful. Just put some more sawdust on there. Some more Manuka sawdust. Just slowly lets off smoke. Add a little bit of flavour to this beautiful lamb. Beautiful New Zealand lamb, may I add. Here on election night, US elections.
And then in Pennsylvania, they'll start counting them.
How's Trump going?
3 more days of ballots to come in. So it's going to be very hard, but you do have trend lines that show performance about working class, older voters, suburban voters, college educated voters.
But so far, we haven't seen Chris Christie any big surprises yet. We haven't called any of the battlegrounds at all, and this is going to take
Long way to go. It's only just turned 4:30 p.m. here. I'll just check out the garden. You see, sunflowers are growing fast. Jesus. Hey chicken. Garden is looking amazing. Got some lettuce and silver beet, sweet corn, tomatoes. Capsicum plants are finally starting to take off. These peas need some spray. Something's attacking them. I've got some spray. I was going to spray them today, but we've got a huge amount of rain coming in tomorrow, so I'll wait till the rain's gone past. Don't want to spray them. Got some kind of mite or bug on them. Beans starting to grow up the vines. Looking good, man. Looking good. What's that? Strawberries. Oh my god, there's so much more. I only picked all red ones yesterday. And wow, look at the size of that. That's a beauty. That is a beauty. They're everywhere. You come back out here and pick these again. Bloody everywhere. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Little herb garden's looking good. All different types of herbs. It'd be awesome when this takes off. Oh, fennel for the fish. You go out and catch some snapper. Beautiful. So green. Loving it. Oh damn. Yum, yum, yum. I mean, seriously, if you don't think that looks good, leave a comment and tell me why. I mean, if you're vegan, I understand. Probably don't think that looks good, but wow, 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 wow.
But I do want to have another caution on Arizona. Arizona is the reverse of what I was saying about Pennsylvania and Michigan. Arizona is where
Oh, Trump's falling behind in Arizona.
For weeks.
Whoop.
So as the day and vote comes in, I expect Arizona
Anyway,
to get a lot.
still early days.
I think Governor Christie made an important point.
Come back.
This is going to be
Beautiful mother. She just one night vanished.
Where is Susan?
July 29th, making sure that something happens to me.
Ah, yes. For one time.
Oh, it was only one time? Oh.
Yeah.
So there was the one time that I saw it.
Just one time, mate. Alright, people, we're back. Look at this lamb. Wait, let me zoom out a little bit. Look at it. Look. Tell me that ain't something special. You tell. Oh my god, I wish you could smell it. On this United States election night here in New Zealand, I wish you could smell this. New Zealand lamb. Oh. Wow. Oh wow. Alright. It is time to take it off. I think. Oh yeah. It's time to take it off. Absolutely.
And when it will be finished.
Look at that meat.
George, I got to tell you,
God damn beautiful.
News. The good news is it seems to be going very
Let's get it wrapped
well.
up.
All of those absentee mail-in ballots, 2 million of them, is being processed very well. The Wisconsin Election Commission Megan Whip said that it's processing very well. The thing she said, she probably will give another news conference about 11:30 in the morning, so I'll probably be here right on time for Good Morning America. The one thing that is interesting, and we talked a lot about this tonight, is those ballots probably will affect a very tight race. Wisconsin, I seem to just have this love-hate or like-hate relationship with the president. On the one hand, they just don't like it.
Gonna let that rest.
50% think that he's
When I unwrap it,
good job.
you're gonna get to see it.
56% don't like how he's handling the pandemic. I talk.
Right. Let's get this done. Let your lamb unwrapped, sliced up.
There's a lot of
Once I'm done slicing it up, everyone can put their own little sliders together.
There's a lot of things we're
They've
going to
got
unpack here.
tomato,
Davison on that because that was a big part of the dialogue.
mayonnaise,
From the killing of George Floyd on Memorial Day through the summer, it seemed to
coleslaw,
fade as we got into September. As
cheese
COVID was
slices.
surging, perhaps it had some.
They want anything else?
You know, I think that there's a
We
lot.
have it.
I think there was a
They can do it
conversation that
themselves.
happened during the break that I think
Bam.
that it's worthy
Amazing.
of discussion in that. If
The elections
it
are
does
still
bear out that black
50-50.
voters haven't really turned out, I don't think
Trump,
we can
Biden,
conflate the two and say
50-50.
that means that
Who
black
knows?
voters are voting
Anyway,
for
let's get this
Donald Trump. Because
lamb
I
unwrapped
know
and
that
sliced
people
up.
who were really,
See how it looks.
bowled over by his platinum plan. I mean, President Trump had said in that now infamous speech in Michigan in August of 2016 when he talked to black voters, he was targeting them and said, Well, what else do you have to lose, you know, in order to vote for him? And he promised, he said, look, if I win, this is 2016, he said, if I win in 2016, and if
so much juices
in 2020,
let's get rid of this cheese sauce for a second.
95% of the black vote. I promise you, you know, at the time in 2016, I believe that he got about 8% of the black vote. Now it seems that he's polling at about 10%. You know, there's a lot of data.
Did you watch that?
I would agree
So I sprayed it with
that still needs to bear out.
not the
if it ends up
bug
being
killer, but
that
the
race is on the ballot, I think that
plant
it
food,
also could, as you said, could cut
which is
both
all
ways.
natural.
That you
Just
have
need to wash it
a
off.
black woman, woman of color, running for vice president when black women are considered to be one of the most marginalized group in society.
We will see if there is an enthusiasm gap when all the votes are counted. We have to take another quick break. Vice President Biden is going to speak, we're told, in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Make gravy out of that. Split everywhere. Excuse me, baby.
Tonight, get ready for a con so big, so outrageous, never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
The prince, pretending to be part of one of the world's richest royal families. Living large, but...
Holy cow, who is this person?
He stole approximately $8.1 million.
Where was all this money coming from? Buckle up.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
I'm Whoopi Goldberg. This is the con.
How has this been resting? Half an hour?
Really good.
At least half an hour.
America this morning. The real-time answers, real-time results. Now, the morning after this historic election night.
Look right out.
Details with the most powerful team in politics live on ABC's Good Morning America. With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any place else. ABC News World
Strength
tonight.
wrapped.
We have made it through another week together.
America's most watched program across all of television.
Find it all.
Susan Powell was a young, beautiful mother. She just one night vanished.
Where is Susan?
July 29th, making sure that if something happens to me, our assets are documented.
Jack, could you kill your wife? And I'll never forget the first time that I met him. A chill just like raced up
the other
through
ones.
my spine. I just shook the hand to Taylor.
Now, new details, stunning new interviews.
He ends up revealing the biggest bombshell.
What will happen next? The new 2020 event, Friday night on ABC.
What's the most innovative daily news podcast out there to listen to every day? Well, the Edward R. Murrow Awards say it's Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. Even the New York Times calls us a top news podcast worth listening to. So, if you like getting behind the biggest news stories of the day, inside all
It's
the
the
details,
worst part,
backstory,
I reckon,
and
all this
what will
goddamn
happen
string.
next, then listen to Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. It's like no other news podcast out there. Even the critics agree. Listen free on Apple Podcasts.
Welcome to Disney Plus. Are you ready? Drop in and explore.
It's got nothing to cut off.
The action,
Pull it
the
all
adventure, and the originals. There's
away.
no limit to what you'll find. These are your worlds. So come on.
Then, what you're left with.
Universes you love. Wherever and whenever you want them.
God
You'll find
damn
them
it.
all here on Disney Plus.
The reality is our country can collapse from within.
You see the white power movement on the march. Klansmen and neo-Nazis, skinheads, it's meant to incite war.
From the KKK to Oklahoma City to Charlottesville,
Come
the
on.
new documentary event special.
We just need to start talking about race.
Homegrown hate, the war among us.
This is a real wake-up call.
Streaming now on ABC News Live.
Listen in.
We're going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer. But look, we feel good about where we are.
That's my
We
idea.
really do. I'm here to tell you tonight, we believe we're on track to win this election.
God.
We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote, it was going to take a while. We're going to have to be patient until the hard work of
Joe Biden.
is finished.
You can do it, mate.
And it ain't over till every vote
I believe in
is
you.
counted. Every ballot is counted. But we're feeling good. We're feeling good about
Oh
where
my
we
God.
are. We believe one of the Nets has suggested we've already won Arizona, but we're confident about Arizona at the turnaround. We also just called it for Minnesota, and we're still in the game in Georgia, although that's not what we expected.
This isn't even fair. It's not
We're
even fair,
feeling real
man.
good about Wisconsin and Michigan. And by the way, it's going to take time to count the votes. We're going to win Pennsylvania. I've been talking to folks in Philly, Allegheny County, Scranton, and they're really encouraged by the turnout and what they see. Look, you know, we can know the results as early as tomorrow morning, but it may take a little longer. As I've said all along, it's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who's won this election. That's the decision of the American people. But I'm optimistic about this outcome. I want to thank every one of you who came out and voted this election. And by the way, Chris Coons and the Democrats, congratulations.
Kind of sounds like he's giving the speech that says, "We didn't do it this time."
Here we go. Yeah, the whole team, man. You've done a great job. I'm grateful to the poll workers, to our volunteers, our canvassers, everyone who participated in this democratic process. I'm grateful to all of my supporters here in Delaware and all across the nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And folks, you heard me say it before. Every time I walk out of my grandpa's house up in Scranton, he yelled, "Joey, keep the faith." And my grandmama Yugoslavia, don't know, Joey, spread it. Keep the faith, guys. We're going to win this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your patience is great. Let's walk over here.
Short message there.
All right.
From former Vice President Joe Biden. Joe Biden right
Make
now
Jeff some
in the
buns.
mask. Got a smile on his face right now. Says he feels good about where they
Empty
are
plate.
right now, on track to win this election. Named the states he thought they could win. Confident about Arizona still in the game. He said in Georgia, didn't mention North Carolina, but then went on to mention the big three, that blue wall, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, saying he's optimistic about the outcome. Chris Christie did not declare victory yet by any means. He said he expected to win, knows that all the votes have to be counted. Now, it's an interesting game of expectations to set. More of us were expecting to hear from President Trump tonight first, rather than Joe Biden. Is that a sign that perhaps the White House reads this the same as Joe Biden, or they just don't know?
I think they don't know, George. You know, from what they're saying, I think they're optimistic.
Yeah, they never lost, mate.
You know, I think the vice president wanted to get out there and set an expectation that he thinks they're
Lots of
winning
lamb.
and are going to win.
Cheese slices.
And I think what you'll see now is the president will probably do much the same thing. I don't know that. That's just speculation on my part. But I think that's what they'll probably do. I think the American people are pretty sanguine about this. They recognize at this time of the morning that they're not going to know, and they're going to have to wait. And I think if both of them take the same tone, then I think everything will be fine. That people will do that.
Ron, made a smart move right there.
Real smart. Because now he's kind of put out there, he put the first kind of design, the architecture, and the kind of the molding has been cast. And I think waiting and not waiting for the president to move was a smart move. And also to give people some sense that this is going to take a while, but that he sees light here at the tunnel. I've been in communication with the campaign, and they do see Arizona going that way.
Lift the veil for everybody a little bit. You've worked with him and he's really met down on this.
Mayonnaise.
Well, when he comes out and does that, how much is spin, how much is what they know? Tell us what they know, what they're seeing, what they're looking at, that all of us may not know.
At about 10:30, it's a little less spin and a little more direction. And about midnight, it's a little more spin. It's
beautiful, man.
It depends on the time. Look, he's also being clear because it is going to be
beautiful.
We're all going to be here for a minimum of
take
a
another
week,
look at it.
all the way through, counting all these ballots, and he is making sure that
See it from the other side.
among his members.
There you go.
Keep them
It's a beautiful.
What is the expectation? How
Beautiful
long
bun.
is the journey going to take us? And keep their energy level and focus. And
Coleslaw. Beautiful,
There's
smoked.
glass half full, glass half
Rotisserie
empty.
lamb.
Still, I know we're not doing
Cheese
this.
slice.
Arizona's there. There is enough votes on what is in this guy.
Mayonnaise. Slider on. Come on now. Shake that. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a beautiful
rather the absentee ballots.
American
in the, upper
election
parts of
night.
the states of
Dinner.
the Midwest.
What's happening?
Trend lines that you can extrapolate out of Ohio and out of Illinois that
Trump's
can be,
looking good.
Projected into both Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
Sarah Fagan, that did have a different tone. I remember
Trump's looking good. Let's see how it goes. Right. Here we go.
He comes after and says,
The perfect
so the president's ticked about
lamb
it. And when this president gets
slider.
angry, he goes to 12.
I'll give you one example.
Hello.
In the upper South Bend
Lunch.
area was up well, no, for the congressional, it was 06. I said, go out and declare victory. He says, they haven't declared it. I said, you declare it.
Top left.
You go out and declare it. Then they
That's
have to
true.
prove you wrong. And so Joe going out there, A, keeps his base energized, keeps people
Good stuff.
focused for the long term, and make sure that actually, I like the fact that he got.
Why did you just whisper to the camera?
I don't whisper. I never whisper.
If Donald Trump had gotten out there and done that,
You just said, why'd you whisper to the camera?
I whisper.
Yes, you did.
Perfection is not a secret.
You just whispered something.
Mayonnaise.
Beautiful.
Get that on there. Come on.
We gotta take a break. We'll be right back.
These look like mini burgers.
They are.
They're like snack burgers.
Greens from our garden.
Details with the most powerful team in politics live on ABC's Good Morning America.
So fresh.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more
Right.
Americans turn here than
Nice.
any place else. ABC News, World News Tonight with
Slice of tomato.
We have made it through another week together.
America's most watched program across all of television.
Really?
On that tomato. Want some crack pepper?
Last seen a red focus.
Steering wheels get stiff. We're fine.
Pepper. You want cheese slices?
What's the most innovative daily news podcast out there to listen to every day?
I am.
The Edward R. Murrow Awards say it's Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. Even the New York Times tells us a top news podcast worth listening to. So if you like getting behind the biggest news stories of the day, inside all the details, the backstory, and what will happen next, then listen to Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. It's like no other news podcast out there. Even the critics agree. Listen free on Apple Podcasts.
Fresh coleslaw.
Apple Podcast? Would you like an apple?
Bam.
Sit up, bam, bop.
Bam.
I've been quested to bring this
Bam.
back to its kind. If I can locate other
Bam.
Mandalorians, they can guide me.
Let's have a beast trigger.
Now.
For a child.
Beautiful.
Beast trigger.
Lamb. Beautiful.
Mandalorian new season now streaming only on Disney Plus.
Oh my god.
Now, when it matters most,
Check it.
Straightforward facts. ABC News
Check
is
it.
America's #1 news. #1 in the morning, #1 in the evening, and the #1 show on all of television. #1 in late night versus the competition. #1 in politics versus the competition. The #1 daytime talk show and #1 in streaming news. Most trusted.
Number one thing in the world.
Change is good for culture.
Beautiful lamb.
This is my home.
Beautiful.
It is a beast
My sliders.
trigger.
Let's get them slowly bunched up.
Rebuilding Paradise Network premieres Sunday at 9 on National Geographic.
Beautiful.
Live from ABC News
Dinner's
election
on.
headquarters.
Right, I'm back out at the strawberry garden. I'm gonna pickle these strawberries. It's gonna be my dessert. That lamb was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna pick these strawberries and I'll show you all how much we get. Got myself a beautiful bowl of fresh strawberries. God, it's on a daily basis. Just absolutely love it. Fresh strawberries every day. It's great. Dessert,
So come on.
donuts.
Dive deeper into the universes you love. Wherever and whenever you want them. You'll find them all here on Disney Plus.
Reality is our country can collapse from within.
You see the white power movement on the march. This has been the neo-Nazis, skinheads. It's meant to incite war.
From the KKK to Oklahoma City to Charlottesville, the new documentary special.
We just need to start talking about race.
Homegrown hate, the war among us.
This is a real wake-up call.
Streaming now on ABC News Live.
Live from New York City and across the country, here again, George Stephanopoulos.
And it's 1:35 here in the East on Wednesday morning, November 4th. And I think this is the first time in a presidential election that I've covered where I'm actually projecting a single congressional district and then it may matter. This is in the state of Nebraska.
Where?
We've now projected that Donald Trump will win the first congressional district in the state of Nebraska, but Joe Biden will win the second congressional district in the state of Nebraska, picking up one electoral vote in that red state. Nate Silver explained to everybody why this is important.
So this is very important because if Joe Biden wins Arizona but loses Pennsylvania, he'd be at 269 electoral votes. He needs one more to break the tie, and that is one electoral vote. So if you look at our map here, show what ABC News has called so far. Before we projected Nebraska 2, we had Biden with a 69% chance of winning. If you add that to Biden's tally, he goes up by quite a bit here. It's going to recalculate for a second. But he goes up to 84%. It means that Arizona now.
For one congressional district, that is a pretty significant increase.
Because it's that plus Arizona. I mean, maybe Biden's easiest path right now, he is ahead in Arizona. There's some questions about how much more election there is to be counted, but Arizona, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, then he doesn't have to worry about Pennsylvania. And that gives him a lot more options. And so those two together, we have not called Arizona yet, but Arizona plus Nebraska.
That's the simplest way to explain it right there. Arizona plus Nebraska means you can sacrifice Pennsylvania and still have a path to 270.
Exactly.
And what more can we say? Well, can we pull up the popular vote right now? What more can we say about how what we're seeing tonight is tracking what we saw in the polls coming in?
Huge strawberry.
So there certainly seems to have been a miss in the polls, not as big a miss or as consequential as it was. Let me take that back. There may be a miss on the scale of 2016, but because Biden has a bigger lead, he can afford to have that miss. It's also more regionally driven. He was doing fine, for example, in New Hampshire, we think, and probably in Maine. Okay, like the suburban Midwest, like Omaha, where the district is. Maybe not very well, obviously, in Florida or Texas, where polls overrated him a bit. So we're going to have, I think, questions for pollsters. But you know,
so good. My dessert, cream, fresh strawberries from the garden, donuts. I think that one's sticky. That one's obviously pink. That one obviously has chocolate. There's the other two people's. Dessert's up.
Absolutely. I mean, he went there in the last week, and he barely lost. Minnesota was the closest
That's your one.
state that he could have flipped.
There.
And he did one of those.
Why do I get smaller?
He didn't get that he thought he had a chance.
Oh, because you're smaller.
You know, you're looking at a situation.
You're little.
That's kiddish.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
That's kiddish. Okay, that's kiddish.
Oh, is that a thing now, kiddist? Is that like racist? But I'm kiddist.
I said this Steffi in it.
Yeah. Oh, that's stupid.
I said to put this Steffi in, nobody figured it because it just becomes a...
Yeah, it sounds bad. That's what it does. It sounds bad.
You and I have been talking about this since July.
Our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list. Okay? It's a very sad
It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this. And as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you, and I want to thank all of our support. I want to thank all of the people that worked with us, and Mr. Vice President, say a few words, please. Please.
Let's try to unpack now some of what we saw from the president right there as Vice President Pence starts to talk. It is true that President Trump has won the states of Ohio and Texas and Florida according to our projections, but it's a matter of fact right now that at this hour at least, Joe Biden has 221 electoral votes to the 213 electoral votes of Donald Trump. And in the popular vote right now, Joe Biden is also leading the popular vote right now. It's close, but over 65,634,000 votes plus for Joe Biden, and 63,952 for Donald Trump. So what we're seeing right there is Donald Trump is losing right now in both the popular vote and the electoral vote, and there are many states left to be called. We have not yet projected the state of Nevada, the state of Arizona, the state of Alaska, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and Maine, still yet to be called. An awful lot of votes yet to be counted. I guess I'm going to start with our legal team right here, because the president said something. I'm not sure if he means it. I'm not sure if he can do it. But he said, and Dan Abrams, let me start with you, and then Kate and Terry also weigh in. He says he's going to go to the Supreme Court and get them to stop the counting of the votes.
Yeah, I don't know exactly
what a crock
what he's
of
talking
shit.
about. Stop, and they'll do those last few in the morning, so that's what happened there. And still Fulton
Right now it's anyone's race.
County here, again, that stronghold where Hillary Clinton got 297,000 votes last time around. Well, that county is saying they are not going to have their results now until the morning, so that is the one we're going to wait on and see if that thing this state
I'm giving up.
with 70% white voters.
It's too close. I'm not gonna stay away for the next 6 hours. See what happens. I'm gonna post this video now. And I'll do another video tomorrow with the results. Might even go live. Anyway, like, subscribe, share.
Hold there in the state, John Carl.
God bless.
The path for the Democrats is getting narrower to take control.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, this was one.